Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We're going to explain the difference between Jalsa and Qa'ada. Two words that mean he sat. So what's the difference? Jalsa means to sit up from a lying down position. The word for standing from a lying position is qama. But we're not going to go through that. We want to go through the words that mean to sit. Jalsa also indicates a higher aspiration or purpose, a worthy cause. So it's not just any sitting. In the Quran, for example, we have يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قيل لكم تفسحوا في المجالس فافسحوا يفسح الله لكم. Usually, the way it's translated is, O you who believe, when you are told, space yourselves, then make space. Allah will space for you. And that's commonly been understood. تفسحوا بمعنى توسعوا. The question though is, why wasn't توسعوا mentioned? We have this word تفسحوا, which is more specific than توسعوا. If the meaning was to just make room for other people, the word توسعوا would have been more appropriate. However, here, تفسحوا actually has a more specific meaning that I want to explain, inshallah. And this is referring to do it fil majalis. So this is the word we're discussing. Majalis is the plural of majlis, the place of jalasa, of sitting. It's an important gathering. And so it has the meaning here of having a purpose. Let's look at this word here, tafassahu, because it's important to understand this. It comes from the three base letters, fasaha. Now let's look at these base letters, which have the same first two radicals. What do you notice? We have, for example, fasara. From it, we get the word tafsir, which means to explain something, to expound something. We also have words that have a negative connotation, like fasaqa and fasada. Once again, this refers to a coming out. That fasaqa means to outwardly commit evil, going beyond the bounds. And that's what fasada also is. It's to do with corrupting. So you're coming out and corrupting. So notice all these base letters that have a sin and a fa in first and second radical speak about coming out and affecting other people. In the case of fasara, it means to get meaning out. Similarly, if you approach it another way, if we take the three base letters and rearrange them, because we get similar meanings when we do this, we get safaha. And safaha has the meaning also to come out, to pour out. And so what we understand from tafassahu, and this is something that one does over and over again, because this is actually the form 5, which has mubalagha in that its middle radical, it has a shadda. So it means that you're doing this constantly to make things public and to allow people to join and to give them a space to enter into the discourse. And there are many benefits for this. And the only time when private meetings are to be done is when there is a righteous cause. So, majalis is a gathering of a higher purpose. Qa'ada, it means to sit down after standing or to abstain from something. And it's a more permanent sitting. Now, before we look at the ayat in the Quran, qa'ada, actually, we can rearrange these letters and get the word aqada, uqda, which is a contract, a binding contract, which is permanent. Similarly here, the sitting down here is a permanent sitting down. And what we'll find is it's used for those who have made a strong resolve not to act. So let's look at these ayat. Allah, for example, says, وَإِذْ يُرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ. So the qawa'id, the foundations of the house of Allah, is called al-qawa'id. Foundations. The foundations are permanent. When Bani Israel refused to fight with Musa Islam. They said, Inna hahuna qa'idun. Indeed, we are remaining right here. We're not going to budge. We're staying right here. So the word qa'idun is there. The angels recording your deeds. Their action is described here as qa'id, sitting. And here actually is mubalagha, qa'id. It's not qa'id. This in fact, it's qa'id. It's mubalagha. So it's more permanent than qa'id even. And then qa'iduna are those who don't go to battle. When there's a battle going on, they stay behind. They're known as al-qa'idun. So you see the difference there. Now, a question I have, if we look at these two command verbs, ijlis or qa'ud, notice even the way it's said, ijlis or qa'ud. The letters of qa'ada are stronger. If let's say you have a child, and if you don't, just assume you have a child, and you want that child to come in for dinner, he's playing outside and you want him to sit down on the table, would you use uq'ud or ijlis? That's the first question. Second question, let's say your child was doing something wrong. He was doing something that he should not have been doing. And you want him to stop that thing and to sit down and not go back to that thing again. Would you say ijlis or uq'ud? So there are the two questions. Let me know in the comment section what you think. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.